Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to decode the hidden language of the buildings all around us, those unspoken rules that totally shape how we feel and move through the world. You ever walked into a building and just felt something? Maybe it felt welcoming, or maybe it was confusing, or even a little intimidating. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not an accident. It's all by design. There's a kind of architectural grammar at play, a secret language architects use to tell a story with space. So in this explainer, we're going to break that grammar down into 3 simple parts. And by the end, you'll basically have architectural X-ray vision. You'll be able to see the logic that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to start with the big picture, the 5 fundamental blueprints, the basic ways architects organize entire buildings. First up is what we call a centralized organization. The easiest way to think about this is like a sun with planets orbiting around it. There's one big dominant space right in the middle, and everything else is arranged around it. It just naturally creates this feeling of stability and focus. It pulls you right into the center. And what's so cool is that this one simple idea, a strong center, is the blueprint for some of the most famous and lasting buildings in all of history. When you're standing inside one of them, you can't help but feel a sense of permanence, even awe. It's just a really powerful, timeless design. All right, next up we've got linear organization. And if the last one was about stability, this one is all about the journey. It's designed to express movement, to guide you from point A to point B, creating a real sense of progress as you move through it. You've been in a space like this 1,000 times without even realizing it. Think about walking down a long school hallway or making your way through a train station to your platform. The architecture itself is literally telling you which way to go. So, what do you think happens when you mix those first 2 ideas together? Well, you get something called a radial organization. You've got that strong central core like we saw first, but it's also extroverted with these linear paths that reach out into the world. It's kind of like a starburst, right? The Pentagon is the perfect example of this. It's got this central point of command, but then all these corridors shoot outwards, connecting that core to everything else. It feels both super anchored and really expansive at the exact same time. Okay, now for something a bit more organic. A clustered organization is a lot like how a small village might grow naturally over many years. Spaces aren't forced into a strict pattern. They're just grouped by how they relate to each other, creating a feeling of community and informal connection. And the key here is that it's just incredibly flexible. I mean, look at a university campus. Different departments are clustered together based on what they do, and you can easily add a new building without messing up the whole flow. It's all about relationships, not some strict top-down plan. So, quick question for you. Based on what we just talked about, what would you call this? If you said, see, clustered, you've got it. It's all about organization that follows how people actually live and use the land, not some abstract geometric pattern. And last but not least, we've got the grid. This is really the invisible framework behind so much of our modern world, from our city streets to the office buildings we work in. This image of a modern office shows you exactly why the grid is so powerful. That simple, repeating pattern of columns creates this totally neutral field where pretty much anything can happen. It gives you incredible flexibility inside a very logical, very rational structure. Okay, so we've seen the 5 big master plans for entire buildings. But that's just the beginning of the story. The real magic happens in how the individual rooms inside that plan connect and, well, talk to each other. So now, let's zoom in and look at the relationships between the parts. All right, let's break it down. The simplest relationships are these 2. On the left, you've got adjacent spaces. They're just direct neighbors, sharing a wall. Think of your bedroom and the bathroom right next to it. Then on the right, you have spaces that are linked. They're separate, but they're connected by a third space, like a hallway that takes you from that bedroom to the living room. Now things get a little more interesting. First, you can have a space within a space. This is a really cool way to create a special zone, like a cozy reading nook that's tucked inside a much larger living room. And then there are interlocking spaces. This is where 2 rooms actually overlap and share a zone, like when your kitchen just flows right into your dining area and they become one big connected space. Okay, it's time for our final layer of X-ray vision. We're about to uncover the most fundamental principles of all, these invisible forces that architects use to bring harmony, logic, and meaning to everything they build. These are the 4 secret rules: axis, symmetry, hierarchy, and datum. An axis is a powerful line that pulls you through a space. Symmetry gives you that feeling of balance and formality. Hierarchy tells you what's most important just by making it bigger or putting it in a special place. And a datum? Well, a datum is the thread that ties the whole design together. This quote is honestly the perfect way to get what a datum is. Just picture a street. It's one single, strong, continuous line, right? And that line is what organizes all the different houses built next to it, creating one coherent neighborhood out of a bunch of different parts. That street is the datum. So there you have it. You've got the tools. You know the 5 ground organizations, from centralized to the grid. You can spot the 4 ways rooms talk to each other, and you can see those invisible ordering principles that are always at play. This is your new superpower. Seriously, it's the ability to look at any space, your own home, your office, a huge cathedral, and to actually understand the logic behind it. And more importantly, to understand why it makes you feel the way you do. This language of architecture, it's all around you. So here's my challenge. The next time you walk into a building, any building, just pause for a second and try to read it. Look for the organization, the relationships, those hidden rules. You are going to be amazed by the silent stories that these spaces are telling you.